And I think it's of course incredibly exciting, incredibly fun, and I think what we're also seeing is just a ton of our community winning. We've just had a lot of great feedback, a lot of great insights, but really what we're seeing is that a lot of your guys' bags are going up, right? That's always a fun thing. We want you to make sure that we are giving you more mints, more opportunities, more optionality, and hopefully more stuff worthy of holding, right? That's really what Tribe's goal is. It's always fun, of course, that you guys can get profit, but I think what's way more interesting is for you guys to find your tribes, your communities, and the areas that you want to kind of support. And this has really been a fun journey because we've seen a lot of people be able to make wins not only on NFTs, we've seen some really big token wins. There's a lot of people in our community who had great upside here on grapes. There's a lot of people who are now banking potentially on Overworld. And then we know that there's probably 10, 15, 20 more tokens coming out here in Q1. It's going to be bananas. But this has been really amazing because if we look back pretty much since like meme land liquidity event, the market's been amazing, right? The market's been overtly healthy. I mean, to be very honest, give credit to even like a mint today, like Galactic Conquest, showcasing even an art mint when it's got small supply and a slightly paid mint is up 4x, right? Going from 0.04 to 0.16, right? So like I think that's kind of where I'm like actually really intrigued. You're seeing a lot of different upside and more importantly, a lot of different entry points. And that's what we want to look through when we get into this in 2024, right? The reason you guys have all had an advantage in this market is you stayed here through bear. So, as you stayed here through bear, if there's ever a time to have a little bit of conviction, it's now. It's being able to take advantages of being here and being able to move early on quite a few different things. And the crazy thing is that not only is the ETH market moving, which is where we primarily focus on, but almost all the other markets are moving. If you've been on Solana, you are rocking right now. AVAX has seen a little bit more life. Ordinals, depending on which Ordinals projects you got into, are smashing at the moment right now. And that means that the world of Web3 ownership and NFT or digital asset ownership is getting richer, right? It's getting layered. What we're seeing is that there's multiple opportunities of value, which is crazy, right? And when I say value, it's not just the NFT digital asset side, it is the token side. I mean, tokens are working everywhere right now, which is interesting, right? I mean, this is in a fun way, almost another way of looking at it is shitcoin season. We're seeing Ethereum holding the game meta right now. That's been really fascinating. We see Solana fucking, I don't know what you call the phone meta with Bonk and being able to own a physical phone to make that rip. But you're also seeing a lot of the casino meta play out in Sol as well too around tokens. And then on other networks like Ordinals, fuck, that's as pure shitcoin as it gets. It is hilarious to see people playing the BRC opportunity right now. And there is profit. There's quite a few BRC shitcoins. There's a couple that already have $100 million market caps. There's one even above $1 billion market cap. It's just showing you this is rich. This is so interesting in here as well. And I think this is kind of why I'm super excited about where the market is going. Is that Amina should be looking up for all of us here in 2024. It should be looking up for all of you who've been collecting relics and haven't used majority of them. And there's a lot of you here. This is where you're going to be able to spend a lot of time making your conviction plays. And here's the brilliant thing about Tribe, right? Tribe has allowed you guys to get a significant amount of these relics that are all done in an off-chain manner, allows you to do this without gas. But what's also brilliant about it is that it allows you to choose the projects that you have conviction in and choose the projects that you like their structure as well. And that's going to be very important. Structure now matters, right? You can't just like a product. This is where you're also seeing the bullish kind of nature of this market is fucking projects don't care anymore, right? Projects are over allocating the main supply, right? If you look at even the last few wins and like Overworld and even Galactic Conquest started to over allocate their guaranteed. Guaranteed doesn't mean guaranteed anymore. It's a very interesting thing that you're going to see. So you want to be ready for that. But this is also the other beauty of Tribe. We're usually giving you allocation up until the last minute. And that's very important because that's the only time I would want to be spending relics here at the moment right now. I absolutely want to make sure I'm buying as close to mint so I have as much knowledge and insight and hopefully that conviction to be willing to win that and play through it. And it's important because we know there's delays, right? We know that there's changes. We know that strategy can be updated. So really our goal is to continue to be that, but it's sometimes not enough. We know changes can happen a couple days before a mint, right? We know changes can happen where we don't know all the details. So this is the risk of Web3. And what does this relic system create for all of you, right? What do these auction systems create for all of you? It's another layer of protection in the world of Web3. You get to learn, understand, and in your worst case, you hopefully should only be using losing relics, right? Not losing huge amounts of ETH, right? And that's kind of what we want to make sure when we give you guys a lot of these opportunities. It's giving you another layer of execution, another layer of learning, and another layer of opportunity with risk, right? And I think that's what you want to understand this whole market is, right? There's opportunity cost in your time. There's opportunity cost with your ETH. There's opportunity cost with your relics. And this is now what you get to play within the Tribe ecosystem. And the Tribe ecosystem has been giving huge amounts of ETH out, like huge amounts of ETH out, especially if we just look at the last 4 weeks. We're talking about hundreds and hundreds of net ETH going out to you guys, right? And that's kind of the beauty. There's been multiple weeks we're giving 100 plus net ETH just in that given week, which is crazy, right? We had tons of stuff kind of unlock here as well. We had tons of opportunities that kind of allowed the entire ecosystem to kind of scale up. So, what I'm really excited about now is that when I look to this market and when I try to understand where the opportunity is, I think Tribe has really found a fun way to make it interesting to discover projects, learn about projects, and educate projects, right? And this is kind of why it becomes really, really powerful as well. So now this kind of leads to what I think is the most fun is that we've been building out this auction system for you guys to be able to use relics whenever you're navigating or building or interacting with this world, right? And we're going to continue this. You're going to see a bunch more allocation coming. Like if there's anything I can share, our goal is our allocation targets for next year are currently, you know, 8x higher than what I were last year, right? And in 2023, Tribe was the number one allocator of whitelist to a singular NFT community, right? It's not even close, right? We win this absolutely, right, based off volume of whitelist. We win this based off quality of whitelist. We win this off of, return of ETH on whitelist. Tribe is the number one winner across the board. And in doing so, we want to increase that lead. We're not just happy being number one. We want to fucking take this to another level, right? And I think this is kind of a huge, huge opportunity because it means that we get to open up more valuable upside for you. So a lot of you are asking, okay, how does Tribe 8x? Like, why would they be able to 8x, 10x their volume? And I just want to tell you this, and then I'll open up some of these auctions because we'll have some fun. So our biggest advantage moving forward is that we're not just going to focus on NFTs. We're also going to help you guys get more token opportunities. There's risk to that. I would traditionally never have wanted to find ways to get you guys to token allocation opportunities. But now it makes tons of fun, right? It makes tons of sense, right? It's this opportunity where what is the most profitable thing people probably wanted this past week, right? That wasn't a mint. It was winning the grapes presale, right? Grapes presale was still pretty good. If you got in that 0.05 ETH, you instantly turned that 0.05 ETH to roughly zero point 0.3 ETH with 100% liquidity, right? Which is awesome, right? That's such a great win. You could have a 6x, 7x overnight. I know it was a small amount of ETH that only the winners got, but that was actually available here, right? And I think that's kind of like a very important thing to understand in this market is that there's going to be way more of this opportunity, right? Overworld, Wallet Wars, AOF Verse. You're going to see a bunch of other projects who've been noting tokens. You're going to see a bunch of old OG guys come back to the market, right? Very interesting to see how will Portal Coin do? How will GG do from Pixel Vault? How will My Pet Hooligan work? How will Futureverse work? There's going to be tons of these ecosystems. And here's the honest truth: the vast majority of these will not be sustainable, right? But here's the other crazy truth: the vast majority of these will be profitable on day one, right? But the question that's going to beg is, how long are your tokens locked up? What does that vesting period look like? These all become very interesting questions that we want to create. But this is also why we can increase value, right? Tribe is not just trying to get you ERC 721 assets. We're also trying to get you ERC 20 assets. We want to get you all the type of assets we possibly can and put that in your wallet. And in doing so, I think, again, you're going to see the ethos of Tribe scale. Ethos of Tribe is giving back to our community more than everyone, right? And that's also our North Star, because what our North Star is, we've aligned our business model with each and every one of you, right? The current operating business model at Tribe, which is very interesting, is that we're going to give the vast majority of our collective upside back to our community in one of the most transparent ways possible. We're literally showing you where the entire allocation is essentially going for all of our projects. And in doing so, we put you guys first. So currently in 2023, when it came to our allocation, 97% of our allocation of all of our whitelists, went to the community in 2023, which is an insane number, right? We are giving all of it to the community at this point because we wanted to build this up, right? To understand, A, what's the most amount of value we could give back, and what does the economic potential numbers look like in value created. And we'll share more of this in the 2023 recap party. But our numbers are bonkers. I mean, we're talking about thousands of net ETH given back to our community at ridiculous clips. I mean, I'm getting constant DMs of people who've only spent $20 or $30, right, in regard to their entire relationship with Tribe, and they've already netted out 100x that, 1,000x that, right? And I think that's kind of what I love about this, is that we can give you guys all of these opportunities without needing to be extractive. And that still wants to be our major goal. And as we kind of expand into this market, right, we can absolutely find a huge amount of upside here too. And then the crazy thing is that even whales are working, right? Like, I think this is kind of the other important thing here too, is the whale value is ridiculous, right? At the moment right now, there's a lot of people who've made, six figures, seven figures. I mean, even it was actually really interesting. We were just talking to one of our major diamond whales, the largest diamond whale holder. It's Wee May. He owns 8 diamonds. And this guy, and We May told us just yesterday, on his 8 diamonds he's purchased, he's already returned 100%, right? Which is crazy. He's already in profit on his entire purchase of 8 diamonds. And that doesn't include what the diamond's floor value is, right? He's already made back his entry price on 8 diamonds. And that's amazing, right? Like I really love that, and we're still working on that for, of course, all of our diamond users. And of course, it's different per users. It depends on which assets you hit, where's that insight and access. But we want to have more of those stories, right? I think I was in my DM the other day, and I was just reading this here. Let me actually pull this up, and I'll make it anonymous if that person wants to be able to share it later. They absolutely can. But these are the type of stories that I really love, and this is kind of what like drives a lot of the stuff we're building. Another user told me is like, "Hey, I just want to say thank you. I won Grapes whitelist in May 2023. Since then, I'm holding and have been part of their pre-sale. On top of that, I won Overworld whitelist on Grapes Discord because of that whitelist and was able to successfully mint. This is my first Web3 success story after a lot of pain before. Thanks to you, thanks to Tribe, where I joined in early August 2022." Right. And this user, right, has spent $40 on our ecosystem and is essentially, right, has made almost, I think if I look at all of his numbers, close to 10 ETH, right? On that, which is amazing. So like this is what I love. I want to find more of these types of people who are able to get these types of upside here as well. And I think this is kind of the other reason why I want to keep building this up, because these aren't even the stories we're collecting, right? There's of course other stories. I remember we were talking with One Bite Corn. He was able to grab one of the one of ones in grapes, right, on his pre-mid. So even before this huge run up, he already had I think he sold it for 6.9 ETH for the grapes he won. Again, that's more like welcome to the gods, right? And getting lucky with a one of one pull. But god damn, what a win to sell for 6.9 ETH. Let's fucking go. And there's hundreds of these stories in Tribe, right? And this is kind of like the important thing here. And this becomes like a really big challenge. And yeah, Mushan, that's actually a fucking great point. The rares meant nothing. They gave no weights to the rares on the drops and tokens, which is I think also pretty hilarious. But it was pretty interesting too. So this is also why this ecosystem starts getting really strong, starts getting a lot of opportunity, and starts building up. But it means that Tribe also has to keep getting better. And there's a lot of stuff that we could still improve on where Tribe is. Because again, one of the hardest things to explain to people about Tribe really quickly is that it is an experimental studio. We run a lot of experiments. And to be very honest, 40 to 50% of our experiments on average do not work. So we end those experiments, right? And then the 40 to 50% that do work, we double down and expand on them as well. And that's kind of how we've always worked, right? For example, we've worked with, we thought certain projects would be really strong partnerships. It didn't work out. We thought certain features would be way more valuable. It wasn't the case. We thought that certain, bridges of relationships to other ecosystems could lead to greater value. But in reality, it just became too difficult to navigate. So we have to learn and build and identify this, right? Which is pretty great. Oh, One Bite Corn's actually here. He even shares a better number. Actually, I turned Great Mints to like close to 20 ETH paper gain. Fuck yeah, dude. That's actually insane, man. That's actually ridiculous. And I love that because, again, like, we don't want anything from that. We want those stories. We want to give you that opportunity. We want to give you that upside here as well. And that's kind of the thing here. And to be very honest, like I know some people are saying, why don't you buy a diamond? Don't That's not the goal here. Right. The goal isn't like I want you guys to get as much profits and throw it into diamonds. Like if you value that, great. And a lot of community members have done that. What I still really care about here for all of you guys is that you come out ahead in your journey because you believe Tribe supported you. That is really it, right? Like that is our realistic goal, is that we've done that. And then if you feel that alignment and you feel that there's more value, right? There's that opportunity to be part of a diamond, right? And that's the crazy thing, right? We still to this date do not put a diamond link in our Discord. There's no way to see that the diamonds even exist to this project, which is nuts. And so many times people will go out there and we tell them like, "Hey, have you heard about Tribe Diamonds?" And they go, "No." Right? Which is kind of awesome for us in a different way. The reason why it's awesome for us is that diamond is not what we're trying to aim to just pump the floor price for the sake of floor price. The goal is diamonds need to be an organic discovery, just as difficult as our community is as well, right? It's very, very difficult to be a tribe community member right now, right? Like, this is kind of the interesting thing, right? You have to understand how our audio live events work. You have to understand the activity. If you're an outsider, do you know how many people who are outsiders who come to tribe think this is a dead server? Right? Because they only show up when the chat is there for 3 minutes and they're like, oh my God, the chat's not even popping. These guys aren't asking about each other's breakfast. How can this server absolutely be like this? Right? Like, and that's kind of like the hilarious thing, right? For us is that this is what we want to actually filter out. This is actually a really, really smart way of finding short term thinkers versus long term players, right? And when it comes to this kind of long term stuff, right, like, I think our biggest opportunity here is that you have to discover it, right? You have to find that there's something here. And then when you see that there's a diamond for some of you, maybe real asset may be. For others of you, it might give you confidence in its value. But you know what gives me the most confidence is that majority of diamonds are being purchased by those from our community over time, right? This is actually why I love this kind of play that we've been building. It's that it's this organic value share. And we're trying to get better at it. We're trying to figure out that right layers, right? We've gotten a few experiments wrong. We gotten a few experiments really right. And we're continually to double down. But the best part is we react live, right? We react to a moment where once we understand a way or an opportunity needs to be fixed, we try to dynamically find a solution for it. But it's messy. All early stage startups are messy, right? All early stage startups are still trying to mature relatively quick, relatively fast. And that's kind of the important thing to understand is that you get to see it all. You get to see the entire chef's madness behind the scene as we try to deal with the kitchen and get you out a perfect product. And we hope that every time we do deliver, it's great. But we also know the reality of course, it's a very hard standard to hit. So this now becomes where the vision keeps scaling for Tribe, right? Tribe has even bigger ambitions when it comes to the future. But what you're also going to see is Tribe is going to level up from an entity perspective and hopefully an organization perspective as well too. So, the biggest challenge that we saw historically in 2023 has been, is there an ecosystem that is going to be sustainable to mint? Right? And historically, the answer was no until these last 2 months, right? It has been honestly a garbage 2023 year, right? When it comes to a lot of these opportunities here as well. And this is kind of the big thing here, right? Is like a lot of people don't recognize and don't understand that this is one of the barest periods we've seen in a very long time for an extended amount of time. And yet there are still numerous people who are noting their profits and upside in this market. And I think that's what you all want to take away from this is that even in the worst environment we've seen in a very long time for NFTs, there was still opportunity, there was still profit, there were still ways for you to continue to win and grow. And that's where Tribe is trying to recognize if we did this in a bear, imagine what we could do in a bull. And you kind of already have seen just a little bit of what we are doing in this last little rally. We got tons of allocations. We got pretty much the top allos on almost every project. The only project we didn't get top allo on was honestly was just Overworld. And that was one that we were initially fading and we got really wrong, right? And in now doing so, we corrected that, grabbed as much of that allocation here as well back to our community. And then in doing so, right, we're still finding more ways to give you guys upside too. And this is where Tribe then finds its pace. Because what we hope is for many of you, we've been able to align trust. We've been able to align value. We're still not taking an extractive vision, right? The only thing that you're going to see in the Tribe's near future that is somewhat paid is Rodent. And that's for very different reasons for a very different chain. And even Ronin is going to be on the lower cost side spectrum of traditional BTC mints. For the quality of the BTC mints that we have, it's kind of where this is brilliant. And I think this is where then, as we kind of scale, the vision still remains true. The main is low entry points, high conviction, high trust, high alignment. And we want to continue to do that. We want to continue to unlock that, right? Reapers has way more development than anyone knows. Anyone knows. Reapers has been, just on a few secret missions and secret paths on unlocking value, right? Which I think is really exciting. We also have a few other tricks up our sleeves, right? What we've historically mentioned around what we're doing with spirits and what was initially called the portal key, but will be, or the port key, which will be renamed here shortly, mainly because the word portal has been ruined by portal coin, right? Which is also pretty hilarious as well. But what's really nice here is that we can actually find a way to distribute you some really cool assets, right? Because there's a lot of generative mints that are lined up now for Tribe, right? There's a lot of generative mints that are also built, but we also have to improve stuff. So Tribe in the next 3 weeks is going to make some major improvements, right? The first major improvement is you're going to see an optimized Discord experience. A Discord experience that not only makes it better for you guys, but more importantly, better for other users. And there's going to be a total new flow for that and a total new product experience for it. It is going to be relics on steroids. It is going to be gacha games on steroids. It is going to be rewards on steroids. You're going to see, I think, probably the most degen but fun community experience you will ever see. And 100% right, Frank the Tank. We are going to build a casino-like, gacha-like gamified experience purely in Discord, which is going to be pretty amazing. And it's going to allow you guys to have even more to win, more ways to enter, and more ways to gain value. And auctions will still remain, relics will, the concept of relics will still remain, but you're going to see a way where not only is it going to be more fun, but it's going to be easier for you to explain to people and easier to onboard people, right? One of the craziest things about Tribe at the moment right now, really quickly, is that we've intentionally not wanted to grow over the last 9 months, last 12 months, almost realistically. We hit essentially our core user base and engagement levels back in almost roughly February 2023, right? So this is almost like 10 months ago, essentially. When we went to that top spot, right? Once we realized that, this is the crazy thing. We intentionally made sure it was hard to get into our Discord, right? It means that we've intentionally not been growing this audience yet. We've just been focusing on retaining this audience, which is another major challenge that almost everyone in Web3 fails at. But guys, if you look around, there's a lot of you here who've been here for 3 months. More important, there's a lot more of you who've been here for 6 months. And you know what's even crazier? There's even a lot more of you who've been here for 12 months, right? And the retention is still here, right? The value is still here. The opportunity is still here. And that's kind of what's beautiful is that we actually have some of the most insane retention in this market. It is actually not even close. The little magic number I can tell you is that it's essentially once you claim, excuse me, your third or fourth relic, you become locked in, right? You essentially never leave, right? It's usually that number. It's when you get to your third or fourth relic, the likelihood of you leaving becomes significantly lower. And that's brilliant, right? This is what we're trying to solve. We're actually trying to solve one of the hardest problems in Web3, and that has been the fact that it's retention, right? And don't get me wrong, there's always still people who are going to roll off. That's always part of it. You're never going to have 100% retention. But if you know our day 90 retention, if you know our day 180 retention, oh my God, we put every other Discord to shame, right? Literally every other Discord to shame on that front. And that's kind of the most important thing of what we're trying to do is that we're really, really giving you guys a huge upside on being here and being rewarded long term. And then for those of you who have been here long term, right? Like what's actually powerful about this is that, oh my God, you guys are getting relics that you can now allocate for in multiple ways, right? They're distributed in the way that you can now make big bets. And yes, Diamond's got a little bit of an extra slug here to start. But watch, here in this next month, it's going to get very balanced out. And more importantly, I think the power is going to shift back to the people. The people, the way relics are designed, relics power shifts back to the people usually by, I'd say, mid-January is right now what the target is. And this is kind of the other important thing is that you see this fair distribution. Even look at Overworld. When we did the Overworld auction, even at this point, 4 winners were diamonds, 3 were not diamonds, right? Which is crazy, right? Like this is actually like one of the most insane things to recognize is that even with airdrops that the diamond users had, right? There were still users in our community that had similar upside and were willing to bet it. And that's kind of the other amazing thing is that you're almost seeing diamond value somewhat getting unlocked to non-diamond users, right? And that's kind of the beauty. It's really only the power users, but that's exactly what you'd want. And there's a balance here, right? There's a real balance here in this design. And we're testing out stuff, right? A lot of people did not like the fact how much we airdrop to certain users, right? It's fine. I understand. You might not be able to see the long term vision, but what you are actually seeing is maybe one of the only balanced economies in Web3 right now. It's actually hilarious. Relics are so well balanced at the moment right now because they play into a speculative nature of this ecosystem. Your relics have variable power based off when you spend them, on what projects you spend them, and what timing in the market you spend them, right? And this is kind of like the other powerful thing is that we then unlock this ability for more value to be garnered, captured, and assigned. And this is kind of why I'm actually really proud when I look back to what Tribe's been able to accomplish in 2023. We've done it with a very, straightforward, direct approach. We've been able to run our experiments. We've been able to have amazing team contributions. We've been able to bring a lot of community members along for the ride. And that's kind of what leads to this next little fun thing, which is holiday auctions, baby. Like this is kind of what I really love now is that I want to give you guys back some of the stuff that we've been bringing into our vault. And we honestly haven't fed our vault that much. We could have been probably feeding our vault a lot more based off the allocation we were getting. But what we are going to do is we want to show you how this is going to work, even give you a little bit of insight of how this is going to work in 2024, because we are going to let you guys raid a lot of our vaults. We're going to allow you to bid on vaults. We'll allow you to bid on different guaranteed assets that already have guaranteed floors. And of course, we'll get you guys some of the most amazing Frankie's dinners, some Walt's Vault, some Momoguru, right? And I think this is kind of why it's really fun here is then, the whole challenge is almost seeing a recap of our history. So let me just tell you how these holiday auctions are going to work. I hope it's working right now. We had a small issue with some of the auctions, but I think it should work. Oh man, ants. I wish I even minted an ant. We didn't even for the treasury. We should have just done it for the culture there. But damn, no mints here as well. But this is how it's gonna work. We're gonna give you some quick insight on what these next few ways are gonna be. So at the moment right now, we're gonna give you guys a few different auctions that are gonna open up every day for the next 5 to 6 days. And in doing so, it's going to be a varying of a one is it's going to be primarily assets that are already in our treasury is going to be the first thing. So, for example, we are going to auction off a Wii box, ether capsules, Poglin, uh, God, there's other stuff in our treasury that I'm already blanking on that's in there that I put on the list, right? So you're going to see all that stuff, and you're going to see a bunch more get added in over time. You'll see a few. So that's like category one. Category two is that you're going to see a few whitelists come for our community. And I want to be very clear, there is risk for all of these, and I'll talk to you about those risks, right? But we are giving you whitelists in our community, meaning that Oath, Reapers, and Ronin will be available. And this is the first time Ronin will be available for the first time. And then separately, there is a Warlock role that will also be open for the first time in a long time for auction too. So we'll talk about those really quickly once I start unlocking them. The third category is random stuff. And it's going to come down to whether or not you want it. But the random stuff is going to have a little bit of different prop bets and designs. And I'll share more of this more on Christmas Day, which is December 25th for those of you not in the Western hemisphere, where, and what I mean by like random stuff, there'll be stuff like a lot of you have weirdly requested you want to do a 30-minute meeting with me to talk about anything. Great. I'll give you a couple of those spots if you want to use relics on that for anything you want. Some of you want to play, right, FIFA versus me. Some of you guys want to play poker for big awards. So what are the awards that we're going to do? I got to figure out exactly what it is, but like, let's assume it's like a Wii box. And the idea is that you're bidding for one of the 10 spots in that to play in the final table. And then the winner takes down a Wii box, right? Or what we'll do, which could be pretty fun, is you could play me one-on-one, right, on poker, and winner gets some meaningful NFT, loser gets nothing, right, which could be really fun. So you could see some of the different ways of where these games will be coming through and just choose what you want to play with, right? I don't think you need to really worry about this at the moment right now, right? Like, I want to be very clear. This is just for fun. This is probably only going to be like 25 to 30 individual items probably being auctioned here, but it should be worth like 10, 20-ish ETH of assets coming in right now. And the idea is that, again, enjoy your holidays. We're actually going to take a very quiet week next week. We're going to update the calendar. We're actually just going to do only builder mode next week. And we want you guys to actually enjoy your holidays for once, like actually enjoy your life. But they'll have these ongoing auctions all the way through. So if you do have a few moments, you can come in. You don't have to overthink it. Just find the closing windows on some of these auctions and raffles, and hopefully you'll be able to join. So that's kind of where it's going to be. Yeah, currently no sessions over Christmas for sure. We're doing nothing on Monday. I think maybe next week there might be only one or two events. We're going to update the calendar here, but realistically, I want it to be 0 events. I might still have to do Rumble. We'll see. We have a sponsor there, so I might always have to deliver that. But we'll see where it goes. So you'll see the calendar get updated here. But realistically, right, I do want us to stay heads down. I want us to be working on quite a bit of stuff and execute. One state performance review. We can let Diamonds give me a performance review later. We can have that fun there too. So the other thing that's kind of going on as well behind the scenes before we start going to some of these auctions is that there is a live vote for Diamonds right now on Ronin launching. That ends actually here shortly, I think within the next 24 hours. Once that's done, we should see the results on whether or not we're going to be accelerating Ronin. If we do choose to accelerate Ronin by the Diamond community, we've noted that it's probably a 4 to 8 week launch window from there. What we essentially would do is use this next week to prep up for Ronin if it is a yes vote. Make sure we align on the strategy, and then essentially go to market pretty much starting January 1st, January 2nd, to start building alignment on that as well. If there's a no vote on Ronin, there will be another vote for another acceleration for another opportunity. What's really cool here is Diamonds are going to get a lot more control levers. And then more importantly, diamonds will also be able to give the insights that we've shared to be able to understand when it makes sense to accelerate. And the great thing is that it's not a clear yes vote for everyone, even on Ronin launching, right? For our diamonds, there's a lot of people who are trying to understand, do we want an ordinals play to be one of the first things we do? And that's kind of the beauty of this, is that there's actually incredibly thoughtful diamond users who are not just, how do we do this for profit, profit, profit? It's about, how do we actually launch this and it makes sense for the brand vision and in our storytelling here as well. And I think that's kind of like a really powerful thing in what we're trying to do and what we're trying to sustain here in this market. So there's going to be a lot more cool things coming in. There's going to be a lot more upside as well. So definitely stay tuned, right? And definitely stay tuned for where this diamond community, and of course where is Tribe going to drive you to as well. You'll know we'll send you the results over the weekend. I'm sure diamond users will tell you the results when it comes out. It's not that it's going to be a secret or anything, right? The goal is that we're not here to hide that information. Once it becomes the final results, that stuff will be shared. Because the goal is that you guys want to be able to see the direction that we're all moving in as well. And there's also going to be a lot of stuff we're launching that diamonds won't have a role, right? That's the interesting thing. This is not a DAO, but rather this is an experiment on where can we get co-collaboration and co-alignment on launch strategies. And I think that's kind of why I'm actually intrigued with the way that we're designing this. It's quite different, right? We're not really trying to force this. I don't think anything as a DAO is great. So I'm trying to actually move quite away from this kind of opportunity moving forward. So let's kind of talk through then what's going to happen now with the auctions. Well, actually, let's just start getting some holiday auctions here at the moment right now, which I think is always probably the fun thing here. So, I'll add this to the village market, and we're going to have like different auctions and different opportunities. And there's also going to be different restrictions on some of these auctions here as well. So, right now, let me just remember what I put in this. What did I say? Okay. Weebox, Infinigod, Wallet War, Poglin. Let's start with those four right now. So we're going to do here. Let's start with all right, you know what? Let's start with the raffle shop. All right, we're gonna do 5 entry false. Actually, here, sorry, we actually have to do it this way. We're gonna do an auction first. We gotta set the prices with auctions. Here we go. 4 seal bids false. All right, let's get you guys a few stuff that are already in our treasury right now. Ether, avatar, airdrop will do. This is a revealed ether avatar that will get airdropped to you. So the other important thing is all these airdrops, once you win, will happen in the new year. So they will all happen. You will get your airdrops the first week of January. Just want to be very clear on that front so that you know where it is. Literally timing it to be airdropped to you on like January 1st, January 2nd. That's our goal, but just know it's a fucking holiday period, so stuff might shift a couple of days. That will get airdropped to you first week of January. Okay, validity. And then here's the hilarious part is I have to now create roles for every one of these airdrops, which is going to be nutty. Holiday ether airdrop. What should be our holiday color? Let's use green. Yeah, let's use green. Holiday ether airdrop. Save changes. Their avatar. Let's run this for 36 hours. Roll holiday ether airdrop. This has let's make this only available for Genesis Soul users, holders, and then image. Actually, we'll make this the only people who hold Soul Season 2, because that's what it came in. Sorry, one sec. This is taking longer than I wanted to. I apologize. I forget that all this shit takes time. I'll get these all out here really quickly though. Let's use this dope guy. I like this guy as my image. All right, this is Ether Avatar airdrop. This is a revealed Ether Avatar that will get airdropped to you first week of January. Validity 36 hours. Let's go. I think this is ready. Please, Village Market, work on this command. It works. So this is an auction, and you will win an Ether avatar if you win this auction. So, okay, well, someone already bid 95 relics to take the lead there. Very interesting strategy. Someone's just bid 100, so let's go here as well. What else can we do? Let's do then. Let's do Poglin real quick. Poglin airdrop, or let's do Wallet Wars airdrop. We're gonna do 2 Wallet Wars here as well. This is a raw pass. Oops, this is a raw pass. Raw pass. That will get airdropped to you first week of January. This is a raw pass. I'll get airdropped to you first week of January. And then this is holiday. Okay, and then this is holiday raw pass. Okay. Create role, holiday. I'm gonna have a lot of fun creating a bunch of these. Raw pass, airdrop. Here's your little green one, and then bear with me. There won't be any. And then this is raw pass, airdrop, wallet wars, raw pass, airdrop. And then let me just put the link here because I know so many of you guys don't read anything we do. So we'll make you guys read it with the Twitter so you know exactly what you're getting. And then I'm gonna make this restricted. No, I won't make these restricted. Let's just start these for everyone here at the moment right now. And then this is Wallet Wars. Let me see if I can get a Wallet Wars image. Wallet Wars. Show me your stupid logo so I can put it in the stupid auction. Here it comes. Okay. There we go. Perfect. So these are going to be 2 raw passes, airdrop. These are trading at like 0.22 ETH at the moment right now, something like that. And they got a token, which is pretty cool. Huzzah. Okay. That one's out. That one has no restriction. 2 of the highest bids there as well. All right, let's do our favorite thing. One Weebox is coming out here with you guys right now. Weebox, give me that sweet Weebox airdrop, please. This is a revealed. Is it tier 1? What's the lowest tier already? The common tier on San Fran Tokyo. I'm pretty sure it's tier 1, and then tier 3 is more valuable, right? Yeah. Okay. 1 star. Oh wow, shit. These are a 0.62 ETH. Fuck. I'm curious to see. This is a tier 1 Weebox, San Fran Tokyo. San Fran Tokyo pass that will get airdropped to you. Sweet. Let's do this one's gonna. I'm curious what this one's gonna end up at. Bro, let's just drop 0.6 ETH to somebody in our community. And then let's drop a Twitter here real quick to add to the Weebox official link. So it's great. And then roll, we'll get Weebox airdrop. Dun 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 dun. Then I gotta go after this, but I'll drop off some other ones here. Weebox airdrop, holiday Weebox airdrop. Oh, the weather outside is frightful. All right. Holiday Weebox airdrop. Holiday Weebox airdrop. Let me go steal an image from Weebox on what they're doing. Oh, this is a cute image. I'll steal this image. There we go. And then image. Alright. Anyone could have fun on this one. Alright. Week box is what I wrote. Weebox airdrop. This is a tier 1 San Fran Tokyo pass that will get airdropped to you first week of January. Weebox official, Weebox airdrop, no restrictions. Alrighty, that one's ready to go. All right, now outside of that, we're gonna do oath whitelist. This is really rare. Holy shit. Someone already put 400 relics in on Weebox. That went up immediately. Oh wow. All right, let's have some fun and give you guys some oath here. I'm gonna run this one just a little bit longer so that more people know and have access to it. We're gonna give the first 3 oaths here as well, which will be great. Get oath, get your king, coming soon. We're still, Lost Realms and the Oath ecosystem is still designed to be our biggest anchor franchise. So I'm really excited for all of that. And then I'll get you some Ronin. We'll do some Ronin whitelists here. Actually, we'll do Reapers here, and then I'll do Ronin tomorrow after I drop some insights on Ronin here. I want to make sure you guys are fully educated before I make this. Ooh, what's a creepy Ronin that I want to grab? I'm sorry, a creepy oath I want. Do I want to use the creepy bubbling dude, or do I let's just use the Elf Lord. The Elf Lord's always the easiest one to grab. I still like him. This is like the one of one of the one of ones in it. Okay, quantity 3, oath whitelist, get oath, get your king, coming soon. 72 hours. Here are 3 oath available to you as well. And then let us give you I'm going to give you a lot of these ones. So there's going to be, I know these are small. These are just like the initial claim, right? But we're going to give you, there's going to be a lot more in a few days. So, we'll at everyone when a new bunch of raffles come in. Don't worry about that. But you're going to have some fun. Holy shit. Someone already bid 354 relics. You guys are crazy on Oath. But you know what? I love it. Get your pilot and be prepared for the next launch in Reaper. I'll do 8 Reapers for now, right now. And then Reapers, whitelist. And then we're going to do image. Oh, what do you guys want to see? Do you want a pilot or do you want a ship? I kind of want a ship. Actually, you know what? I'm going to grab you a brand new visual from Gokche on one of these ships. Oh my god, he's got such cool shit. Oh man, there's so much art in our collection here. Give me just a second. Let me find one of these new dope ships. He created such oh my god, dude, Reaper. We're even creating like enemy boss ships and stuff. They are ridiculous. I cannot wait for you guys to see some cool stuff there. I just gotta find one of them. Okay, this is like a really cool group of enemy ships in a different world. I just want to show you. These are dope. I've never seen ships like this. They're kind of like futuristic. Um, sorry, one sec. Let me go to jump to present. Ooh, Gokche team always giving me new shit. Oops, where is village market? There we go. Please attach file. Here, check how dope these ships are that I'm about to post. Okay, Reaper's whitelist, there's 8 of them. All good to go. Okay, perfect. So, boom. Holy shit. You guys are bidding a lot across the board. Holy cow. Everything's at least 100 relics, but this is what makes it fun, guys. So, guys, we have these first few running. We're going to have a lot more coming, right? Which is important, right? A lot more things coming here over the next few days. I do have to run to my next meeting, but I will add everyone when this comes in. And you're going to see fun stuff, fun little games, fun little poker tournament entries here as well. This is going to be really, really, really fun here, right? In this kind of opportunity. There's no free raffles right now. We don't believe in free raffles. Free raffles don't work for our system here, right? Our system only works for these values. And the only time raffles will open up is when these actions end. There will be some raffles, right? But we want to see what the price points are for all of these assets because we do a ratio, right? Of course, when you win the raffle, you have a smaller percent, a better chance, a better cost advantage, but you have a smaller chance of winning. So that's kind of how we do it. So we always run an auction first. And then once that auction is done, we know the base prices will run essentially raffles. And then raffles will usually be around like 30 to 60, it's like around 40 to 60% of the winning bid clearing price, right? That's kind of how it is. So you can have some really, really fun stuff there. Yeah, I'll do some Genesis Souls. Yeah, I'll give out some Genesis Souls here as well. We could bid on that. That could be pretty cool here as well. And I think this is going to be like a lot of fun stuff here. So, guys, every day, every couple of days, just feel free to check, see if any of these things are interesting to you. And there's an opportunity for it. And like I said, a lot more raffles will come in. So you'll have an opportunity to enter stuff at much more fairer prices. And we're just going to give out a bunch, right? We're just going to give out a bunch of assets, right? Which I think is going to be really fun. There's not that many Oath left. There's not that many Reapers left. There's even fewer Warlock left. There are very few spots, but what you're seeing here, you'll get that as well. So that's really important. If we already have Reapers whitelist and get this Reapers, is that Warlock? No, it's not. Don't bid on this if you already have Reapers whitelist, right? This is a different role. This is actually a secondary role. The Reapers that you have all, and if you completed the votes, includes creator royalty share, right? Or co-creator royalty share. And these ones that you're getting now have access to that. They're slightly different, but they still get the same asset for the game utility and the product utility as well. So we can find off all these things. So guys, I'm gonna let you all go. Enjoy the rest of your day, and have a wonderful, wonderful break. Have a wonderful, wonderful time, and find ways to roll into 2024 to make it your fucking year. If you've been here, if you've been in the trenches, if you've gone through this bear, this entire bull rally is built for you. Really, really make sure you take advantage of this too. We're still working, even though we might take the week off in regard to audio. It doesn't mean that I'm not doing meetings. Most people know I'm doing, guys, I do meetings at 3 fucking a.m. I've had 3 a.m., 2 a.m., and 1 a.m. meetings the whole past week. I won't fucking stop because there's a huge amount of opportunities here as well. So, guys, with that, enjoy the rest of your day and we'll chat soon.